All right, welcome to my second video for my Mankrik recruiting series. I know I said I was going to do this during the stream live, but our my next Ramus raid for Pugs Not Drugs kind of went a little bit late, so I pretty much ended the stream, and I'm doing it the morning morning after. So, like I said before, I want to recruit folks to Mankrik Vanilla Era, and this is my way of trying to do that. So. First off, this is going to be the Alliance side. I did Pugs Not Drugs, as my first video, and I have, I'll probably have that video in the corner over there. But, oh, somebody's asking for stacks of water. Do this for them real quick. Look at that. It's morning time here in Mankrik, and people are asking for stuff. Hey, as a mage, you got to provide us water. But, yeah, so, I wanted to show that at least the Alliance side is definitely more active than the Horde side, because I mean, people want to kind of be have those good parses, and obviously as a Alliance player, you can actually get that option. So, all right, here you go, buddy. No gold, no gold, no gold, no gold. There you go. Charging for water. All right. So, like I said, the Alliance side is a little bit more active. They got here on the screen, they got folks doing they need a tank for tank DPS for strat. They're doing runs, people selling stuff, LBRS. So lot's going on the Alliance side. Definitely a lot more active than the Horde side. So just like anything else, we're gonna go ahead and fly out while we're doing a little talk. So. Like I said, this one is going to feature a guild called Honor. They are they used to be Synergy, and Synergy started focusing more on Anniversary. So they kind of like broke off a little bit. They didn't really like split more like how you would think a guild just splits people, but they kind of wanted to create a different guild so that way people weren't confused. So I think for this one, we're going to fly out to South Shore and have a little bit of flight while we're doing it. So and I also did want to increase the production value a little bit, so I actually created a more of a Honored spreadsheet or PowerPoint presentation. So like I said, this is Honored. They are an Alliance guild for the Mankrik server. I mentioned before, the original background for Honor is that they were Synergy, and since Synergy is now focusing on Anniversary servers, they didn't want to confuse people. Plus, their Discord was busy, man. There was, pings for Anniversary raids, dungeons. Now there's pings for, Classic ERA raids and dungeons. So they kind of created a new Discord. And if you want that Discord information, you can go and always comment below. And then they created a guild called Honor. So it's the same people from the previous ERA raids, same leads, but different banner. Like I said before, they are on Mankrik, Alliance side. They're kind of a newish guild. They're recruiting lots of people. They want new people in because they're still raid progressing. I'll still do the AQ40 runs with them with my mage, and then I'll do BWL and MC runs with them, because they still need people. They do have the loot style, which is the SR and GDKP. One thing I said about ERA before is that they always have different styles of loot, different ways for you to get your loot. So if you want to use GDKP or soft reserve, you can use that. Like I said before in our previous video, GDKP is gold dragon kill points, and what it is that you just bid on your items, and whoever bids the highest wins. They do also have raids where they use the SR, which is also soft reserve. So, you can put together a soft reserve list. So like, for instance, if I want to reserve the tier from Neff, if I'm the only one who SR'd it, when it drops, it goes to me. But if there's also additional folks who SR'd it, you'd only roll against those folks. So we do recommend that you use the Gargle add-on. I will post the image of that add-on in the edit. But you use that add-on to actually roll, bid, and everything you need. So please download that add-on. The raid schedule varies depending on if you want to do the SR runs or the GDKP runs, but for 20 man, it's whenever it's available. They'll probably put together a raid after every lockout, and then you can join them, and then hopefully if they get enough people, they can have 2 of each race, so 2 AQ20s and 2 ZGs. The BWL and MC GDKPs are Sunday at 2300 server time. Oops. And then for AQ40, they do the 2 SR main spec off spec on Saturday at 2300, and they do the GDKP on Thursdays at 2330. Like I said, I do those after my Nax Ramus. They're still planning the Nax Ramus once their roster stabilizes. The key performers for the guild is Alchi and Barco as guild leaders. Perthel, he's an encore guy, but he does raid lead for AQ40s. And then you have Laureen. She's doing the recruitment, and she's also loot master. But I was also told that she does run the 20-man raids too. So, like I said, same people, same leads, different banner. And then what do they need? Well, they kind of need everybody. They do MC BWLs and AQ40s. They got it cleared. They skip Viscous because they just need somebody to do the sack farming. Unlike the Horde side, you know, you can just drop totems for the Alliance. If you want to make it an easier experience, you can either use the sacks or the Venom sack from First Aid. They're waiting to do Nax Ramus because they kind of need tanks and they need core members, and it's really like tanks with experience in Nax Ramus. So if they do have that Nax Ramus on a specific night, I might be able to help them out with my Dwarf Warrior. I can help them tank, but they're open for DPS, tanks, and healers. Like I said, this is for honor. Please, if you're on the Mankrik side and you want a nice progression guild that's pretty chill and laid back in their raids, you can always hit up Alchi or any other officer for honor. But yeah, seems like we still got 3 minutes in this flight, but I just want to kind of highlight more of you know, Mankrik Classic ERA. You know, we are a pretty chill server. We're not like White Main where we have tons of people doing world PvP. If you like to kind of get your buffs, get your consumables and raid, you know, you can do that. There's no worry for buff griefing of them purging or dispelling your buffs. So it's a very casual server. I mean, it's kind of like private server, but you know, it's a legit one where you're not gonna miss out on your character if the server gets deleted. But there's also no FOMO, so you can actually play on Mankrik, raid for a while and quit, and then come back to where you left off. So there's no losing your gear to the next expansion. So I'll probably have another video highlighting, you know, Mankrik versus White Main versus retail versus classic progression and all that stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, this is Honor. They are an alliance guild on the Mankrik vanilla era servers. Pretty friendly guild, pretty chill, laid back. You know, you can have world buffs or not. So if you're interested in joining them, please hit up an officer. You can always leave a comment saying that you want to join them, and I'll make sure I get somebody to hook you up. But yeah, I raid with them after my Pugs Not Drugs runs. And yeah, so remember, if you want any more additional information on my next videos for the guild recruitment, please like, subscribe. I'll have to get used to saying that, I guess. And then yeah, comment below if there's a specific guild you want to hear about. So appreciate y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.